hello again, or hello for the first time, lovely souls. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah, and I'll be your intuitive guide today. So I'm going to come on here just to do a quick reading. I wanted to check in with the counterparts, and as you've noticed, I've been kind of doing a day or two break, and then I'll check in with them again. I'm really just responding to what the energies are guiding me to do at this time, but there's just a lot that is still shifting. So yeah, if you notice that there's a little bit of a pause in between videos, just keep in mind that I will always deliver, and that goes with Patreon posts as well. I am all about quality versus quantity. So I will deliver when I feel like there's a really important message. And not to worry, guys, I haven't forgotten about the Patreon post. I will be posting about the energies of April through August. I just might wait a little bit longer until the energies kind of balance out here, because we're still in some of the muck from March, as I'm sure you guys are feeling. I'm gonna hop right into the cards today. I'll just remind you that if you'd like to be a part of the April group transformational coaching program that runs April through August, the most magical months of this year, you can book that on the website. If you want or need payment options, payment plans, please reach out to me. The email is below. And if you'd like to work with us individually, that information is below as well. And we're gonna get started. So let us go ahead and... Okay, so we're gonna just jump right in here, I guess, to the masculine messages, because they are literally in my ear, chomping at the bit to deliver messages to their divine feminine. And what I'm hearing actually is, could you please deliver this message to my queen? So this may be a specific message. If there's somebody out there whose masculine has called you queen or referred to you as queen in some way, or regal, then this is definitely a message for you. But really, truly, at the core, at the spiritual truth of this journey, all the masculines look at the feminine as their queen. So let's just take a look here, guys. There's a lot of messages, okay. Yeah, I can feel the energy here. They are deep in their thoughts, deep in their sort of like intellect, but they're stepping away from the intellect enough that they're also looking at this from a spiritual perspective of, I'm really trying to understand the journey. Like, they want the feminine to know, I'm really trying to understand what's happening here, what has transpired, and what I'm supposed to do next. This is also about them trying to understand their life, and they're trying to understand their own actions, their own responses to meeting you. Because truth be told, you know, they want you to know that I recognized you the very first moment that our eyes met. They also recognize you by your voice. You will recognize your twin flame by their voice. One of these days, I'd like to do a video where I discuss how do you know if this is your twin flame. And of course, we offer twin flame checks in the discovery calls and the flame calls. If you're interested in those, they're not on the website yet, but you can just email me, and it's a 40-minute call for the flame call with a mini healing, and then actually a longer healing. And then the 20-minute call is the discovery call, and there's a mini healing in that as well with Holly. And then if you just like a twin flame check, we offer that as well. But yeah, they're definitely saying, like, I'm really sorry for the way that I acted towards you, because they're almost like looking back on it going, I can't believe that's how I acted, or I can't believe that that's what I said, or that that's what that's the side of me that I showed her. And, you know, they've had to work through the shame of their actions and of the ways in which they chose to respond to you into this journey, because it wasn't always nice, you know. And they also feel the feminine. So they want you to know that despite what it is that you think, or because a lot of times what the feminine does, guys, this is such a good nugget, like a golden nugget of wisdom here for this journey. So listen closely. The feminine often feels like, I have to teach my masculine, and that makes him feel like less of a man. Whether it's a female, you know, masculine in a female body or masculine in a male body, doesn't matter. That will make the masculine energy feel like less of a man, because then they feel like I'm dumb, or I'm stupid, or she's above me. And then it kind of perpetuates this pedestal that they have the feminine on. So you will find that when you just have peace with the separation, or peace with the way things are, or peace with the karmic partner, whatever it is that's standing in the way of the physical union, that not only does the power around that thing, whatever that thing is that's separating you, dissipate, but it relieves you of any stress of having to control the situation. The masculine really, he's like, I can feel you too. I know that this is special and sacred. Just because I've acted like a jerk, or I've acted irresponsibly, and by irresponsibly, I mean I haven't, it's like the masculine is recognizing here and admitting that I didn't hold you as close as I should have. I should have been more understanding, more compassionate. I should have really taken this seriously. So they're admitting that they sort of, walked away, and that they weren't always there for you. Like, they know this. They know that they made other choices, poor choices, they admit, and they're wanting to make amends for that. They truly are. So yeah, feminine, there's a lot for the feminine to learn on this journey too, because the masculine comes from a place of ego prior to healing, and so does the feminine. But oftentimes, almost always, by the time the masculine has met the feminine has done a good portion of shadow work and ego healing already. So it can seem like you're on two different pages, because you actually are, okay? So we have surrender. If I surrendered to you and to this connection and to the universe, I may perceive myself as weak. I may appear weak. And I feel like also they want to say, I may feel weak. Like, I may feel like I am less of a man, or less of a leader or warrior or something. Vulnerability is scary. Surrender to them equals vulnerability, and they think vulnerability makes them weak. Vulnerability makes you strong, divine masculine. So the healing here says surrender is not weakness, and it's not giving up, and it's not giving in or giving something up. It's being okay with whatever happens. That's all. It's detachment from the attachment to the outcome. It's detachment from the attachment to the outcome. It's realizing, acknowledging, and accepting there is a bigger plan than what you can conceive of. Control is an illusion of the ego. So they're trying to understand, but even trying to understand is also an act of the ego in a sense, because it's like, oh, I'm going to understand this. And the masculine will do this thing where they'll say, until I understand this, I'm going to stay away. Until I understand this, I'm not going to call her. I'm not going to interrupt her. She's probably doing fine without me. And by the way, guys, I use he and she just for simplicity's sake. If you've been following me for a long time, you understand that. But if you're new, you might be like, well, what the hell? Like, I'm a divine masculine in a female body. I'm a divine feminine in a male body. So it's just for ease of basically communication. That's all. But yeah, the divine feminine has had to go through her share of surrender as well. And trust me, guys, when you can get to a place on your journey where you are fully surrendered, and what that will feel like is it's past the stage where you feel like I've let them go, but then I still am scared that what if I actually don't want to be with them? It's past that point. You'll go through that period. That's a stage. Everyone goes through it. And then you'll get to the point where you say, I am okay with whatever happens, and I trust God, whoever that is to you, and I trust the universe to deliver to me my highest partner and the highest possible outcome for the greatest good of all. So whether that's your twin or whether that's a kindred or a soulmate, it's not going to matter, because you're going to be in such an abundant state of mind that you're going to welcome in whomever and whatever is going to lead you to your highest joy. And why would you want to be with somebody who's not going to bring you your highest joy and your highest abundance? I think that's like the magical question for the feminine that I have is why would you choose that person if they're not ready? So it's really about accepting that, okay, we're at different stages right now of the journey, and they're at a stage where they're trying to surrender and accept and understand, and you're past that potentially. Some of you may or some of you may not be. Zero judgment here. And so you're at this place where it's like, I know what I want, and I know what I deserve. And I'm not willing to just kind of like stoop below that just for the sake of being in a relationship with someone or for the sake of the label. Guys, it's really important to step away from the label, okay? I have to use the label on the video so people can find me, and because YouTube requires us to do that so that my videos get categorized a certain way so that people can see the video. But other than that, I wouldn't be using the term twin flame. I would be using, you know, I don't know, higher level love. I'm not sure what I would use exactly. I might not even have a label at all, you know, divine connection, divine love. All right, what else is the masculine healing at this time? They are definitely moving through, wow, some heartache. And I feel like because I choked as soon as that card came up, it's difficult for them to express this, even to themselves. It's hard for them to speak this because then it's reality. But it says, I feel heartbroken because somewhere deep inside, I feel as if I caused this heartbreak. And I feel like also they know that they caused the rift or the separation between you guys. Even if in the 3D reality, I'm in denial. So what's happened here, guys, is the masculine has denied their true self. They've denied the connection. They've denied being with the feminine. And so it says denial of the self and its wants, needs, and desires can cause immense bitterness, displaced resentment, right? Where they may feel like, oh, I resent her, right? And then this is a stage that the masculines go through. They're angry and they resent you. Like, I resent her or him because that before that person came into my life, everything was great. Was it really great, masculines? You were in a job where you were overworked, potentially underpaid, or just overlooked. You were workaholic, right? Or you had addictions. You were in a marriage that was dull and lifeless, and you know the love had left the room a long time ago. You had this sort of mask that you wore, this false happiness that you portrayed, but you were dying inside and you were lonely. And you were abandoning yourself. So was that really happiness? I have to ask, was that really happiness? So they're realizing that through this heartache, it's like, I have caused this. I have been the perpetuator of my own misery. It's not the feminine, right? This is what they have to come to this conclusion. It was never the feminine who caused this. This was actually my own misery, my own pain that caused this, and my own doing, my own choices, my own actions. So I'm going to pull some cards here from the Hero's Journey Oracle. I've been using these in my North Node readings, and they're quite beautiful, quite beautiful. Guys, I'm sold out of twin flame readings at this time, just to let you know. Thank you so much for your support of me and my work in that way, and thank you for trusting me to look into your connection. I really value that. I do have, I believe, 4 spots left for North Node readings. Those are actually phone calls. The twin flame readings are pre-recorded. So the North Node readings are, they're under the readings page of the website. The group, if you want to sign up to be a member of the group, that's starting in April, here in about 3 weeks. That is under the offerings page along with the sessions, the private sessions. So, but yeah, North Node readings are probably my favorite reading ever to do. We look into the astrology of your, it's actually karmic astrology of your North Node reading, past lifetimes, your gifts, your talents, the things that are, you know, causing you issues in this lifetime. And we also look into your North Node, which is your true destined path on which you are supposed to be walking. So it's a powerful reading. It's combined, it's astrology and cards, and it's an hour long. It was 45 minutes. I changed it to an hour. It's an hour long call with me. So you get me for an hour and we discuss you. It's all about you. Very informative. I love doing those readings. Okay, so what do we have here? Become the elixir. Let your glow do the heavy lifting. So the masculines are having to look deep within right now, deep within themselves, to come to a place of self-acceptance. Okay? They've had life-altering experiences on this journey, whether they're admitting it or not. They're like, holy shit, like they believe now in the things that they can't see. They've learned so much, guys. They've amassed so much wisdom that they haven't even shared with you yet, probably. However, this is now the time for them to share this wisdom. And so for a lot of them, we're going to see, guys, career changes, which I've been talking about. Hopefully it's precipitated by them, a change that they decide on, not the universe having to tower them to get them to change. But for some, it's going to be like, okay, you're not changing direction. We're going to do this for you. But for others, they're going to make that choice to step into something that's more aligned with self. So they become the elixir, they become the healer, they become the healing, they become the medicine that they've been seeking outside of themselves. So I do, again, guys, I want to stress, I do feel like there is a deep healing from addictions at this time, okay? And I do feel like they want to communicate that. I am healing from addictions. Some of them are going to treatment centers, others are going to retreat centers, others are going on solo trips and vacations. I do see, you know, a lot of water surrounding the masculine at this time. So whether it's a healing bath or a spring, some of them may actually be getting baptized first time or second time in their life. And then beach, obviously beach resort for some of them. But I do see them taking this solo time, no karmic, nobody else, not even a work phone. It's almost like I see a masculine tossing his phone in the ocean, which would be unheard of prior to this time. It's going to be something I didn't even know I was capable of doing that, they're going to say to like friends or, you know, to you at some point in time when they make the confession of like what they've been through up to this point. I find separation so fascinating because when you get past the heartbreak, when you get past the denial that this needs to happen to grow both of you and to heal, you realize that you grow immensely in the separation, feminines. You grow by leaps and bounds. You will look back and it's not that you won't recognize the person that you were, but you'll look back on that person with such compassion for what you were going through prior to having this time, the universe gifting you separation. Look at separation as a gift because it really, truly is. You do not want your counterpart, nor do they want to be with you when you are still going to trigger the shit out of each other and you're still unhealed and you're going to mirror those really deep, painful wounds to each other. You don't want the masculine when they're still dealing with addictions or karmic partners. You don't want that feminine. You deserve better. So allow yourself to receive better. So he's remembering that he is the medicine man, that he is the elixir, and his presence is beginning to affect others. His very mere presence is beginning to, it's like he'll step into a room and the vibration shifts and changes and people notice him. But for not, like in the past, it would have been because he was powerful, because he was sexy, because he had a lot of money, because all of these kind of things, all these very superficial reasons. Now they're noticing him like there's something special about that human being. That's a special soul. That's a teacher. Okay, that is a medicine man. That is a man that has wisdom to share with the world. They're recognizing that there's something different. So he's recognizing that he's actually different and he's having to accept this as well. So he's just simply showing up for his life at this time. Like all he has to do is show up. Masculine, that's all you have to do is show up. Show up. You don't even have to suit up anymore. Just show up as yourself. Show up as your raw, authentic self, and you will be accepted. You will be adored. So this is something, again, the feminine, you can't teach them this. They have to learn this on their own. They have to go through the journey, okay? They have to heal the abandonment, heal the rejection, heal the sexual abuse, heal the trauma, heal from the addictions, heal from the karmic relationship. Do you really want, like, I see some feminines like, well, yeah, he's going to get a divorce and then we're going to be together. Really? Do you really want to be with someone right after they've gotten out of a shitty relationship that was toxic? If you think you can heal that person, you are sorely mistaken, my friend. You do not want them. If they need to have other karmic relationships or situations or whatever, if they need to be in other relationships, which will be short-lived, by the way, but prior to you guys coming together, then so be it, because you don't want to be the punching bag. You are not their healer. You are not their fixer. You are not their nurse. You are not their therapist. You are there to be this divine counterpart. The divine counterpart does not try to fix somebody else. She does not try to fix her masculine. She trusts that he has all the tools, the wisdom, the guidance within him. He's the elixir. She trusts that he has the medicine within him to heal himself. And so she steps back and says, I trust that you're going to do this. And by releasing and relinquishing control, you heal yourself immensely. The very moment you step back and you release control, feminine, you're healing. You're healing so very much at your core. So if you're masculine, and this is not to shame you guys, by the way, I want to help you. I want to help you understand this journey. If your masculine is married, and you know, think about the karma that you're accumulating by, again, zero judgment. Think about the karma that's accumulating by continuing to, let's say, sleep with your masculine. Think about the, you know, there is karma that will accumulate, that can accumulate between twins. Just because it's not a karmic partner doesn't mean there's not karma. So you're accumulating karma, you're hurting another human being potentially, and you're creating, you know, it's like, no, you don't want that same thing done to you, do you? So think about your actions. Think about the consequences of those actions. And don't you want your counterpart? Don't you want 100% of them and not 50% or 25%? Let's face it, at best you're getting 25% if they're married to somebody else, living under someone else's roof or another roof, with children or whatever it might be. Then there's the job. So really honor yourself, feminines. Respect yourself. You have to understand that if you don't respect yourself, they can't be the mirror to show you respect. So they will mirror back to you the opposite. Okay? So I was going to pull another card, but I'm actually going to stop here. I just wanted to do a quick reading, as I stated. I hope this is helpful and informative and lifts you up on this journey. Happy April, guys. We are in April. There's a little bit of a slow roll or a slow start to the shift, but it is happening. So make sure you pause, take time out during your day to honor yourself, and let us know how we can help you and assist you on your journey. And I will see you guys for the next reading. You take really good care of yourselves, guys, and never forget that you are the medicine and you are the prize. Lots of love, guys. See you soon.